Welcome to Mesh.
Either way, how you doing, man?
I see a lot of friends connecting, so I just want to say hi to all my friends
Yeah,
first.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Go for it. Go for it.
And Happy New Year to everybody. I'm doing great
Yes.
actually. Like I've had
Yeah.
like 10 days of holidays for Christmas and now back to work with my agency. It's pretty chill like
Yeah.
vacation, but basically it's going to start next week like much more intense for me. But yeah, I'm just working,
Yeah.
enjoying that time to like do my personal things that I don't have time to do during the whole year. And it's basically about movies.
Yeah. Wow. Well, that's incredible. I know. We've been just kind of chit-chatting back and forth a little bit. And so I really, I mean, the reason why I wanted to bring you on, one, because I wanted to meet you. You know, I'd let you know that I wanted to just kind of
Thank you for having me.
get to know you a little more. Yeah, absolutely. And because I feel like one, you know, especially I'm here in LA, so we're kind of stuck in our bubble, but I think every community is pretty much stuck in their own realm and their own bubble. And what we want to really focus on is kind of getting out of that, you know, reaching out to find out how it works for you, to get ideas from you, to learn some of the stuff that you've gone through, some of the you know what we talked about, some of the good decisions and some of the not so good decisions that got you where you are today. And I think you made a really good point, and you know, earlier in our conversation, in saying that that it's the harder, the more tough decisions that get you actually where you are today. Because the good ones, you know, the good ones are easy. The good ones are the easy ones to make, but it's the hard ones that get you where you are today. I think I'm hoping we're not losing you. Um, it looks like you're like it's buffering. Ah, we did lose you. Dang it. Okay, what's up, everybody? So glad you guys are here. Uh, Let me see if I can have them come back in. Um, let's see, Chris, I saw you. I saw you earlier. There we go. Okay, view request. There we go. You should
Yeah,
come
I
join
don't
us.
know. I got all the conversation, but I lost you for a second. I could hear everything you were saying.
Okay,
So
so
basically, you want to talk about how I made it that way till here and what are my success, but mainly what are my failures. I much
yeah,
prefer to talk about my failures, to be honest, because
nice.
it's where you learn the most and it's what could be like the most helpful for others. Because my successes are like first to be minimized, and second, like an adequation of lot of like factors that I can't really like explain or gather for other people. The only thing I can say about the successes is that they are coming with perseverance and hard work for now like 8 to 10 years. I shot my first short films in 2014. So now like I kind of like before to say like I was a young director in the industry, but basically now it doesn't work anymore. I'm just like a
Yeah,
regular 30 years old director. But basically, yeah, for the successes, perseverance, ambition, and hard work, and like it will pay off at some point. It can take a lot of time, to be honest. You have to be patient, and above all, not to feel like it's unfair what is happening to others and not to you, because basically
yeah,
they are like just struggling the same way, and just it's just like not your time.
yeah,
It's something that I discovered really recently, to be honest. Like I've been struggling for a long, long time with like no results, and like yeah, you just like just one spark, like one idea that pays off much, much more. So like my first like advice would be like to never really like look at others' work in a way like you're being jealous or something. Look at other
ooh,
works for inspiration, but just like it's going to come at some point. You just have to be very patient about
yeah,
my failure. I like on this topic we could speak long, long. You told me you have 30 minutes, so like let's not drag too long about it. But like yeah,
yeah.
my
Well,
failures
let,
have been like 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 numerous. The first one, my first short film project. So I'm French for people who don't know it by my accent, like definitely betrays me. But basically, like I didn't know nothing about this industry. I just have a father that is music composer that was quite like not famous but quite big in his industry in the 80s in France. So when I was a kid, I was like always surrounded with music, with films, like actors also, and like all this world. Then for my father, he moved to the countryside and lost like all his contract. So basically, stay in LA, don't go in Big
Yeah.
Sur, or
Yeah.
go in Big Sur when you have made it, but like not too early. But like basically, so I just always knew that I wanted to work in this field. So it's big luck, like because it like literally I was not looking somewhere else. I was just like, okay, I want to do this. I will keep
Yeah.
fighting for this. And then what happened is like I just like I was at school, business school, and I stopped working at school to deliver burgers for 1 year to make money and just like be able to pay for my first short film. I remember I invested like 20K on my own that I made this
Mm.
year, so I should have bought Bitcoin obviously at that time with this money instead of like
Yeah.
investing in my short films, but like everybody's own path. Basically, like what
Yeah.
happened is that I spent all this money for absolutely no results. I got selected in 3 festivals that nobody knows about, and the only thing that I really like I'm happy about this first short film is that I finished it. My jockey almost died on the shooting the first day because we had no contract to shoot in a field. The farmer was like upset and stuff. Sorry,
Oh,
my dog
oh,
is
you're good.
getting, yeah, my dog is playing with her unicorn.
Uh,
Sorry. So so yeah, basically like it has been like really like a failure because no selection, but like it's really like cliche what I'm going to say. But what I learned from this project is absolutely not the result; it's the journey. I shot with
yeah.
one Diopis that won the Golden Camera in Cannes like 3 years later. I just looked how she worked, Emilie Noblet, and literally like she did an amazing job with me, being patient, explaining me everything. Then I like got my color gradist. That is still my color gradist, Alexandra Poquet. I don't know if I can comment her name, but like go and follow her because
Yeah, absolutely.
she's one of the most like talented color gradist in France. She did Holy
Yeah.
Motors, for example, from Leo Carax, and luckily she like kind of liked the fact that I was a young, like a really ambitious kid, and she still like color graded all of my project because
Yeah.
like to be faithful in this industry is like I would say like the best thing you can do because your team will follow you wherever you go, whatever it is to be. Sometimes it's difficult to keep working with the same people because of the industry and some like
Yeah.
agency and stuff, but basically stick to your team. It doesn't mean like your team is the first team you will gather, but step by step you will find
Yeah.
like new people on your way, and it's going to be like just like an adequation of the best talent for you.
Yeah.
Then
Antoine,
so this
let me ask you this.
yeah,
Let
sorry,
me ask you
sorry,
this
I'm
because this
getting
is
the
important. No, you're good. Um, when you're looking for these people that I know it takes time to build your network, your community, but like what are some of the things that you look for in them to say, okay, yeah, this is somebody I want to invest my time and I want to make this a long-term relationship with them. What is that?
So I have two things. First, I hope my mom doesn't look at this video because
Okay.
basically my first criteria of selecting someone is like to go in the desert drunk and on drugs and to know like if I would get along 1 week well with this
Yeah.
person. If you can do this, you're sure it's part of your crew. Second, this person has to be humble for me because I come from like a humble roots and
Yeah.
basically like I just like need like people that are not showing off because I know that sometimes I'm getting into projects that might compromise you into like hard work. Sorry, my dog is really
Yeah.
grumpy. She wants, I don't know if
Take
she wants
care.
to say hi.
Take.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so she
First.
say hi and then she goes to,
Yes.
hey,
Oh my
then she
gosh.
goes, sorry, give me a second because she's just like crawling in my hair and I can't focus. See you later. So yeah, like humility and the fact that you know that you can do other things with those people. It doesn't mean that I'm going to go on holidays with my crew, and we hardly do this. Actually, we never do this. But at least you
Yeah.
know, like you're going to feel like secure on a shooting because sometimes you have the agency, you have the customer, you have like many. I'm talking about the commercial aspects, which is a big part of
Yeah.
my work at the moment. but you need like your crew to feel in your comfort zone when you are in danger, because
Yeah.
sometimes like literally it's stressful. So this is what I would say that is the most important. People that could be your friend, but doesn't mean you spend all your weekend with them, and people who are on board. So
Nice.
yeah, this is what I would say that are the key value for me. After everybody has his own like personality features, but
Yeah.
basically, yeah, like my first short film, so I finished it. I got no selection. I spent 20K in it, but I learned a lot from it, and I learned how to gather a cool crew. Result is that I did another film with like part of this crew, and the second film got a lot of selection.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah, it's just like it's not rolling the dice. It's just like getting experience from before to a new project. So yeah,
Yeah.
my main failure I would say was this film in terms of selection, but it's maybe my
Yeah.
biggest success because I learned much more than on
Mm.
other
See,
film.
that's
Like
the thing.
the second film, I learned nothing. I just made
Yeah.
money and made a lot of selection.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
I think when we use the term failure, it's not a failure. I don't think it ever is, because you learn from it, and that's obviously good, because it moves
yeah.
you on to your next phase. Um,
It's
what are
honestly
some of the
cliche because basically it's for everything in life the same. But honestly,
yeah.
this is what happened for me.
Yeah,
So
you
yeah,
learn.
like I'm
Yeah.
sorry if you expected like some magic tricks or stuff like how to
No.
get like famous in France
Nah.
doing commercials. Just like keep failing and you will
Yeah.
make it.
And you'll make it eventually. Yeah. So let me ask you this: who are some of the other filmmakers that influenced your style, that influenced your creativity?
Yeah, like sorry for that, but I'm really French and patriotic. Like I have to say, like Truff. No, Billy Wilder is my king. So basically, like Billy Wilder, you can watch this all time long, and it's always going to be like a good experience for me. I really like to do comedies also, so that's why like it's really my vibe. So Billy Wilder for me is king. Of course Hitchcock doesn't even like work as a king, it's god, but basically it's
Yeah.
not the same category. Then
Yeah.
like in it's I'm really into French nouvelle vague. Truffaut and Godard, I really love them for their work, but also for the fact that they're a bit gypsy in the ways they move the camera and stuff.
Mhm.
And basically, I don't know much about LA industry, to be honest. And at some point, I would really want to have a look at how you work there. But
Yeah.
basically, what I really like with those directors is the fact that they are free in their mind. And I've seen the movie The End of God of Sorrentino like this week. And literally at the end, the guy is saying the same, Capuano or something, the director from The End of God is saying this. It's not a spoiling because basically it's the moral that Sorrentino wants to convey. So don't
Yeah.
worry for those who didn't see it. But basically, just say like I know I'm doing great in my direction because I'm free, and this is what I really like with those directors is the fact to be free,
Yeah.
and in a way that like I didn't do a movie school. I never studied at school for movies or anything. I have a license of cinema, but honestly, I was just cheating with my phone. Got like acquisition of equivalent of acquisition of diploma. Like it doesn't mean
Yeah.
anything. But basically, I learned by doing, and also I watch a lot master classes from like the
Uh,
best. Spike
yeah.
Lee is really good at teaching, to be honest. But yeah, like literally, like my directors are those one: Truffaut, Godard, Billy Wilder, and I kind of like Spike Lee the way he's like a rebel in the way he explains
Yeah.
how to make cinema. They all say the same. Like if you want to do movies, go watch movies and do your movies. That's it.
And do your own. Yeah. Yeah. If there was one actor that you haven't worked with, that you would love to work with, who would that be?
Well, depends. Like unlimited budget. like a
Unlimited
director is
budget.
always a
Let's say,
director is
yeah.
always thinking about budget. But he's dead though. But like yeah, I would love to work with Humphrey Bogart for sure. And if he's alive, like literally, if he's alive, I don't really have like favorite actors. Like one of
Yeah.
my favorite actors is an actor that I work with already at the moment. He's really young. His name is called Theo Fernandez, and we work together. And basically, I really like his vibe. I'm really like into the way he works.
Yeah.
So I don't really have like this frustration or like I do think like big stars are amazing at screen, but they are not at my
Yeah.
I can't reach them at the moment, so I just go with people that are known and talented. You can see on Netflix now, like so many raising talents, because at
Yeah.
least like they are not known, so you can like set up the character to exactly this actor. So it's a bit sad for them because they get famous for one role and then we throw them
Yeah.
away for the rest.
Yeah.
What which might be the difference with big actors, but Spike Lee used to say, like literally, like I was watching this yesterday. Spike Lee used to say like you can have like a big star for your role, but if it doesn't fit the character, it could be like a big loss for your whole project. So literally, like I don't really like think about like I want this actor or this actor. It's like okay, I have this project at the moment. I was thinking about this person, and I do think like life will bring you the best character for this. And if it
Yeah.
doesn't, you have to be really good at like changing your direction straight when you see it the first day on the set.
Yeah. Oh, cool, man. God, you're giving us so much information. I told you guys it's
I'm
gonna be awesome.
super talkative.
I love it.
French
No, no,
talk a
no.
lot. Eh?
That's good. It's good. I want to remind you guys, make sure, and I have a couple more questions for you, but I just want to throw this in really quick. Make sure you guys save the date, January 20th of this month. Go to our website, themeshcollective.com. We're going to be launching our new, we're launching everything that is Mesh, but we're an app-based company. So it's a geosocial networking app for all creatives where you guys can get on, create your account. It's a little detailed, it's a little tedious, but you want to do that because that's how you're found. And so like for you, Antoine, if you're there and you get on the app and your videographer got sick that day and you need to find another one, you'll be able to find the closest videographers in your vicinity. And this is for all things creative. So we're
It
really,
works in Europe too. You're
yes,
going to be
yeah,
okay. Cool.
yes,
Yeah, I will get
yeah,
it definitely.
yeah.
I
So
will
it'll
get
be,
it and promote
yeah,
it.
yeah, absolutely. So we're doing a big day that day on the 20th. So you guys just make sure you I've been telling everybody I'm gonna have my glass of champagne here, and I'm gonna probably be taking a sip all day long, just because we want to celebrate it and get people logged onto it and start using this thing. But it's really about the community and you guys, and making sure that we can get you people like Antoine that can just share their experiences with you. We know, for us, it's everyone can interview, or you hear the interviews all the time of the J Lo's or of the Brad Pitts or who are the Angelina Jolies. But really, and you know this, there's an entire community that supports these big names that are out there. So we want to focus on that. That is who our focus is on, is the people that do the work. So it doesn't matter if you're creative in front of the camera, if you're creative behind the camera, or in front of the mic, behind the mic, in the sound engineer room, wherever you're at, this is who this is for. So, yeah, I have somebody posted up here. What is your secret to getting the pictures that you always get, the quality that you always get, your style? What is your secret in getting that?
So it's actually really funny because when I posted on the Instagram at the beginning, I didn't really know what was my style. And now when you look at my feed Instagram, because normally I don't put different projects like on the same screen, like it's only on Instagram that I can see it. And yeah,
Yeah,
you can see like there is an identity. It's not my identity. It's like I would say the identity of my last name, you can say, but basically there are like 50 people working on this identity.
see,
And the
yeah,
fact that I'm always working with kind of the same people leads me to the kind of same kind of identity. I use
yeah,
mainly always the same GOP. I will put his name, otherwise he will kill me.
yes.
So you can. I really like this guy.
Mention whoever you want
Yeah.
to mention, man. Please
So
do
this
it.
is my GOP, and basically we do all our project together. I also worked a lot with another GOP before, Stefan Meons. He's not on Instagram, but I really want to thank
Yeah,
him for all the work we did together. And basically, I always use the same color gradist that I mentioned before. So it's kind of like it's not it's my ideas mainly. Sometimes it's the agency ideas. My agency
yeah,
is like really famous in France. Like I'm really happy to work with them. Like it's called Creapils. They gather a lot of like creativity in all around the world on their platform, and they like make me work a lot on commercials. Basically they bring me ideas, we like structure them, craft them a bit like more together, and then like
yeah,
they give me the product to do it. and I always kind of work with the same team. So basically my identity is getting to be like the adequation of all the talented people I'm working with. To be honest, I'm the less talented of my team. Like I don't know
I
how to
love
do
that.
anything. I just like know what I want, that's for
Yeah,
sure. And then like where I'm going. And sometimes I have to pretend that I know where I'm going because I have no clue. But this you can't really like say because otherwise like you get your team lost. But basically, yeah, like it's adequation of like talent and like the fact that you will more and more with the time like have the same team will bring you to have your own style. Of course, I'm really like exigent with the image. Even if we do comedies, I'm really a control freak with my image, and I really
yeah,
like aesthetic. So that's maybe the reason why like my project look always good. Also, I've never really. I remember a girl like we were young when she's now winning always Toronto festival and stuff. She's really good at what she's doing, and I remember
yeah,
she was really. I won't say her name because she was a bit arrogant at that time, but she was like. I don't negotiate with my image. And I was like, hey, dude, I do no money. So I have to do like compromise all the time and negotiate
yeah,
with everything. And she was like, me, I don't negotiate at all. And basically I was like, okay, you won't last. She's making like Sundance and all those festivals now because she's
yeah,
just like super stubborn. And she's like, okay, I'm going to do it that way. And that's it. And to be honest, like more and more I get older, my producer here it's a lot more. I don't negotiate with my image. So yeah, you have to be patient, and sometimes like you have to be a
yeah,
bit like more like okay, if I can't do this project the right way, I won't do it. It's not the advice I'm saying at the beginning. At the beginning, do
yeah,
everything like ship pizza,
yeah,
whatever it takes. Like you have to learn, but at some point you have to be like, okay, now I select my project to deliver always the same quality because basically people call you for this level, but if you do less, they will call you again for this level. And if you like
yeah,
step up thanks to few projects, they will call you for this level. And when they call you for this level, you say it's that much because I need this, and
yeah.
this. So it's basically like
You're
really
building.
hard to get up the scale, the ladder. Sorry, but like yeah, don't negotiate too much at the beginning. Do a bit.
Yeah,
That's my
that's
advice.
awesome, man. For beginners, and this is the last question, and then we'll get off. But for people wanting to get into filmmaking, what is your best piece of advice to the beginners?
What are we talking about? Like director, actors?
Yeah, directing.
Director, okay,
Yeah,
because actors, I would say don't like do another job. It's too unfair and too difficult. Like honestly, like I've seen so many people like that would be my advice. Go to the bank and do finance. That would be a better happier life. There are like too many people who want to do it and not enough
uh,
spots. For directing, the good thing is like you have the right to decide or not. Like at the beginning, I was said like, hey, do assistant director for commercial and stuff. I did assistant director on one commercial, first time of my life, like starting this work. I went back home and I say to my parents, I remember to my mom, I say, fuck that, I'm never going to do assistant director anymore. It's not directing. It's just like
yeah,
taking care of kids in a locked room before like going to the shooting. I'm not minimizing the work of brilliant assistant director. I'm just saying it's not what I wanted to do, you know. And
yeah,
literally, I was like, okay, if I do this, I will learn another job. So I might be good at this job, but I'm never going to step up to director. It will be like take 20 years, and 20 years it's a long time in film
yeah,
industry for you because you get tired more and more. I can feel I don't have the same energies that I had when I was 20 running everywhere to get like everything I needed and stuff. Now I'm lazy. I
yeah,
sit on my chair, I ask for my makeup artist to put my name on the chair just to pretend, and just like this is how I do my job now. Well, basically, yeah, I would say for directors like just like don't expect too much that and think that you will be ready one day. You will never be ready. Like I'm not ready at all. But basically I'm paid for doing what I do. And
yeah,
basically like literally like I'm never going to be ready, but I'm on the set in the morning as a director. So what I would suggest is like if you start from scratch, like just do every project you can, and step by step you will be able to select what you want to do and what you don't want to do. And to be honest, like I do still like lot of projects, sometimes for free, sometimes as benevolent. It just like need to inspire you, and you need to feel that okay, this is moving me, so I want to do this project. And yeah, like that's it. Like it's pretty simple. Just like become, if you're convinced you want to do this, what will you do anyway during the day? And that's it.
yeah,
If you're like thinking, okay, I could do something else with my time, I'm not
yeah,
talking about sport because I'm a big fan of sport. But if you think like, okay, I could use my time in another way, then do it. Like
yeah,
stop filmmaking. If you're obsessed with it, it's just going to be normal and just going to take a lot of time. Just be patient and hard worker.
Man. Right. Antoine, thank you.
Don't take it for granted. I'm 30 years old. I'm starting my journey started like in 2014, but I still have so much to learn from everybody like around me in the industry, and like people that are more advanced but also less advanced. You learn a lot from people that are less advanced because they are like talking to you about the mistakes that you could avoid to do in the future. Like literally, like just it's one story among a lot of others.
Thank you so much for everything today, everything you've spoken, the questions that you answered. I think you've enlightened me. I'm hoping that you've enlightened, and I'm sure you have the people listening right now. So thank you so much, man. What time is it where you are?
It's nine in the evening, but it's a day off in Spain today, so everybody's out. Well, I will find a way to share it in my stories or whatever. Then you will have more people, and I will promote a bit more about your project on my Instagram.
Thank you so much. We definitely appreciate
You're
that.
more than welcome. Thank you for having me.
Okay. Yes, absolutely. We have to do this again.
Yeah, whenever you want. Like I'm here with my dog waiting for your questions.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, John.
Okay, man. Thank you so much.
Bye. Bye. Have a nice evening.
You too.
Welcome to Mesh.